Hello, everybody. It is Andy Smith, your host with the most, with this week's Book Look. Book Look, what's that? It's where I grab a book off my shelf and do a page-by-page flip through. Some of these books are still available. Some of them aren't. If they are, I post a link. If they're not, I wish you the best of luck in trying to find it. All right, Thundercats Annual. I thought this would be cool because this week, the new Thundercats series, issue 1, drops from Dynamite Entertainment. I'm a huge Thundercats fan, and I am looking forward to it. This annual, I believe, is a British thing. It's a hardcover. Right here, it's I don't know, it's pretty thick. Let me see. I don't think there's a page count on it. This is the back of the book. 62 page book. Here you go, hardcover. I was a kid when Thundercats came out, and I freaking loved it. Lion-O, loved this pose. Loved the animation studio that did this. And I believe, I'm not sure, there is no indicia in this book. The indicia is the small print legal stuff, what year it came out, blah, blah, blah. This book doesn't have one. Like I said, this is from, I believe, the UK. So there's the price. Nice hand-drawn map, very cool looking, not just a straight down shot of a map, which I really do like and are better for gaming, but for this purpose, a nice three-dimensional type. The beginning. The Thundercats must leave their disaster-struck planet in search of a new home. They travel the galaxy under the leadership of their elder, Yaga. The Thundercats, Chitara, Panthro, Tigra, Wily Cat, Wily Kit, and the young Lord Lion-O, accompanied by his own nursemaid, Snarf, Snarf, Snarf. Love that. Discover a little blue planet orbiting the sun known as Earth. They know this new planet is their only hope. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there is an indicia. I was wrong. It's just really small. 1985. I thought there was one, but I haven't looked at this book in forever. Telepictures Corporation, Leisure Concepts, Inc., and Ted Wolfe, all rights reserved. Published by Marvel Comics Limited. Here it is, 23 Redan Place, London. So yes, I was right. Book is from the UK, printed in Holland. There's the ISBN, guys. If you can see that, that's what you would do to try and find it. Now, this book, what I didn't know for a fact, it doesn't say what it reprints. I'm going out on a limb because I don't own them. I don't think it reprints Thundercat. I think it reprints Thundercats 1, 2, and possibly 3. Jim Mooney, Brett Breeding, Janice Chang, Petra Scatizzi, Mike Carlin, Tom DeFalco, Jim Shooter, David Michelini, sorry. I love Brett Breeding's inks. He's like in the school of Joe Rubenstein. Whenever he inks somebody, you can definitely see Brett's style show through. Jim Mooney, I love Jim, like his work. It's very classical in the way of John Romita Sr., but Brett Breeding spices it up some, This is funny, though. It's like, so you look at the back shot here of Tigra, and it's like he's naked. You see no pants lines or anything. Then you got Yaga, who's wearing clothes. You've got Panthro, who has a belt, and it looks like pants, but they're the same color, and he has boots. And it's just like, who kind of thought this out? Like, Chitara, I mean, is she naked? And she just has a belt? She has pants lines and boots, but then when you look at her upper body, I mean, is that just, it's got to be all skin and fur, and she's just being covered, the bits and pieces, by the fur. See, here you go. I mean, it just cracks me up, I mean, what are the pants lines showing for the kids? Because this is the same color. So I thought that was funny. So here we go. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this reprints Thundercats #1. I should just do a quick look online and see. Now they're wearing clothes. So it's like, oh, okay. So very confusing at the time, but didn't need to be brought about in the story. It's not like it had to be written like, put some clothes on. We're running around naked, Little Thundercat here, Lion-O with the sword and stuff. One of my favorite issues, by the way, I do own a couple issues of Thundercats. I own number, I think it's 5. And it was drawn by Jose Delbo, inked by Brett Breeding, and it is gorgeous. Okay, this is one reason I got this book whenever I got it, some 30 years ago or so. I love the cartoon style of the Thundercats. I love this drawing. Straight from the animation, character design stuff. The anatomy's kind of funky. I don't care. I think it's freaking cool. I just love it. I love the simplicity of it. Slith, Tigra, Jackal Man. This is basically why I got the book, for that, and there is more. So this, I don't think this is issue, well, it might be issue 2. Let's see. Continued on page 24. I don't know, was Thundercats #1 a double-sized issue? Because this has still got to be Thundercats 1. So they crash land. Yarga here dies, basically. And I got to read this again. And they crash land. Wake up, Lino, it's me. What? I'm okay. And then, oh my God, Lino, but you're big. Golly, Yaga said some aging would take place, even in suspension. Just look at me. I'm grown. And your clothes automatically fit. It must be unstable molecules. If this was today's type of comics, that page would be huge. And then these other pages would be smaller panels on the page. And we get in some action here and stuff. Same here. If this was today's comics, this would definitely have been a nice way to go. Bigger, maybe an inset panel inside this big panel, and then pull back for this. And do some perspective where you're looking down on it. So this is really up in your face and everything. Love this flat coloring. Here we go. Now they're all wearing clothes. Like, seriously, look at that. Now she has a one piece on. In the beginning of the book, it was just all her same orange color skin, whatever, fur, with these lines around her. I don't know. And then this one ends. And then Panthro. Big ass Panthro. Oh, so cool. Love that. My favorite comics of Thundercats were the Ed McGuinness. J. Scott Campbell did like a 0 type issue, something like that. Ed McGuinness, his were great because he really gave him that bulk and mass. Brett Booth did one, but then they started changing the costumes. Wasn't a fan of that. And then there was I'm looking on my shelf, I want to say it was He-Man, Masters of the Universe, versus Thundercats. I'm looking at my shelf, killing time before I flip the page, because all my stuff is alphabetical, but for some reason, there it is. Oh, nope, that's the Thundercats by McGuinness. Huh. I know I have it. It was drawn by the wonderful Freddie Williams, but it's basically Masters of the Universe, He-Man, versus the Thundercats. God, this is just one of those things that's just driving me crazy because I don't see it on my bookshelf. But like I said, I know I have it. You would think it would have been something simple titled as, oh, there it is. He-Man / Thundercats. Freddie Williams, great job on it. And then there's the He-Man and Masters of the Multiverse that Dan Fraga drew some stuff in. Finally, we get to issue 2. So I think this only collects the first 2 issues. Anyhow, Jim Mooney, Brett Breeding, same team. Checking out their new planet. The Cat's Lair. They've been busy. Looks like the kids have grown some too. I mean, they have to if Lino's growing. The thing is, though, the funny thing is, why did Lino grow up so big, but the kids are still kind of like small kids? Tell me in the chat, because I don't remember. Oh, man, this just brings me back to my childhood. Big time. Oh, yeah, more of the animation-looking stuff. Monkeyin, Chitada. Oh, Chitada. Snarf, snarf. Yaga. Yaga Bill, yo. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Fraga, yaga. That's weird. They literally took his cape off. That's weird, because this is a cape. Why wouldn't they draw his cape down? Huh, strange. And then we have, oh yeah, the big bad Moon-Ra, the ever-living. You know, I might have to do, I say this, don't quote me on it, but I'm like, I might have to do for my time-lapse drawings I do every week, I might have to do the Thundercats, Lino the next week, Chitara the next week, Panthro, and then end with Moon-Ra. Guys, I think that could be my time-lapse drawings coming up from for the next few weeks, because it would take me a while to do the whole team. But I do like that idea. So look at that. Ideas come from the weirdest places. And I'm talking classic Thundercats looking like this. And my Panthro is going to be huge, dude. Huge. I think that's what I want to do. I already have the time lapse for this week in my head of what I'm drawing. So starting the week after. Brett Breeding just kicking it on all cylinders on this stuff. I love it. So good. Just great stuff. Great. Oh, I love the thickness of Lino there. Very cool. But once again, the proportions are really human. They're not 8 heads high. It's like a 6 head high figure. Come on, Lino should be huge. Very cool. And that's it. That is the book look of the Thundercats annual. Now, I'm going to show you guys that issue of Thundercats I own by Jose Delbo, a former teacher of mine at the Kubert School. I think you guys are going to love it. All right, so here are the issues I have. I have 3, 4, and 11. I might have to try and get 1 and 2, just so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, but they're not cheap. So 3, great cover, Jim Mooney, Joe Sinnott. So you can actually really get a good vibe on the different inking style Brett Breeding gives to it. Just kind of solidifies it more, if you ask me. This one was inked by Brett Breeding, Tom Morgan, and Company. I love issues like that, so you can kind of see where the inker changes. I mean, so far it looks like Brett Breeding to me. Except that face. That's weird. That face looks Bob McLeod-esque, but I don't know. Because if it says and Company, they're talking about just a couple people. Or maybe 4 or 5 people actually doing more inks on it, and it's just too many to give total credit to. So Brett Breeding and Tom Morgan did the lion's share of it. She-Ra. Snarf, snarf. This looks like Tom Morgan. Now. I'm really not sure. I mean, unless they jammed on pages together, which could have been done as well. I don't know where Brett was living at the time, or Tom for that matter, but they could have been. So that looks like Tom Palmer, those rock creatures and stuff. So this issue, I'm not sure, but this is issue 3. So if that is 1 and 2 in that book that I just went through with you guys, and I actually have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, so maybe I won't buy them. So that's 3. I don't want to shortchange it. How does it end? Dun, dun, dun. We really happen to Saga the Wise, plus a new Thundercat. Be a new Thundercat. Always liked Firestar. Glad they brought her over from the cartoons. So that's 3. Here's 4. This is a cover by Mooney and Sinnott, MS. And interiors by Jim Mooney and Brett Breeding. So Brett's back to doing the full inks on it. Layouts are getting a little more exciting here. This is stuff I really wish, like Dynamite is allowed to do it. There's no Marvel characters in this Thundercat stuff as far as I know, so you would think they could put a trade paperback out collecting this original Thundercats. Same with He-Man. You know, I'm just amazed that stuff isn't put out yet. I love this flat coloring, but they could also do it with, you know, modern color. Uh-oh, I feel something. My sword's getting bigger, and it's not because I'm looking at Chitara. Thundercats, oh! Oh, so cool. You know, this is funny. You guys might laugh at this. I think I own an original page from an issue of Thundercats. I have to look through my art. I really think I do. There's the new Thundercat. Oh, this issue I'll have to look. This issue could be worth something because it introduces a new Thundercat. God, I love those inks. Really cool stuff. I would love to see, and I know Jim Lee's drawn a Thundercat drawing before, and Rob Liefeld's doing a cover. There's Mumra. God, I would love an omnibus of this stuff, if anybody's listening that cares. So there's that, and then this is the one I'm talking about. I really love. This is my favorite. I think Jose did more than one issue, but I think Brett only inked one issue. And Jose Delbo, Jerry Conway, Brett Breeding. I love that shot of Lino. Heroic, big, muscular, just looking freaking cool as all get out. Love it. Jose's layouts are a little more dynamic than Jim Mooney's. Jose was a great teacher. I love the fact he had a birthday, 90, maybe pushing 90. I'm so glad that he's still with us. He's such a great guy, such a nice guy. So happy to have had him as a teacher. Just love his work. His Wonder Woman work that Vinnie Coletta inked a lot of was great. His World's Finest Superman Batman, inked by Alfredo Acala, was great. Just a really nice issue here. So well drawn, great storytelling, getting dynamics in with the size of the different size panels and stuff. Still a lot of sticking to the 1/4-inch gutters. That's like the typical size for gutters in a comic back then. People would stick to. If I go to a show and I see Jose as a guest, I need to take this to have him sign it. Still don't know why the kids didn't grow up. I'm sure it was actually explained. I would hope it was. I'll have to go back and read 1 and 2. But, yeah, there you go. Little trip through the 3 issues of Thundercats that I own. And that's it. And, of course, the annual. Let's just see. 3 picks up. I do want to see if that was 1 and 2. Siege in Silver and Stone. And how did this book end if this was issue 2? The warmth that fills the young Lord's chambers seemed tangible, everlasting. Look out for more thrilling adventures in Marvel Comics. Man, I really don't know. I mean, it could be right here. Yeah, I don't know. This was a great introduction annual they did. If you can find it, good luck. I actually looked on eBay, couldn't find it. So I don't know, but thank you for joining me on this book look. As always, I love you guys. Like, subscribe, share. And go check out Nice and Tight, the comic book pencil art of Andy Smith. That's me on Indiegogo. Campaign's coming down soon. Trailer is after this video. And the sign-up sheet for Kor-Drath, Volume 2. Kor-Drath, The Awakening, is now live. Go sign up and back the book. Get a free trading card of Adriana. And get front-of-the-line shipping when the book ships. Thanks, guys. Catch you later. Bye-bye, everybody. Nice and Tight, the comic book pencil art of Andy Smith. That's me. This book features 52 pages of some of my favorite full pencils that I did for other companies over the past 2 decades. The raw pencils as they were seen by the inker, and now you can see them for the first time. This book also comes in a digital format so you can practice your inking in your favorite program. Back it today.